This is my review on Batman Returns from 1992. Michael Keaton's back, yeah, as Batman. And during the video plays the disgusting, sexist pig man whore of the Penguin. That's his personality. And Batman identity is killing people's fun. Just kidding, he doesn't have a personality. He's Batman. Just kidding. It's just no. Keaton's Batman doesn't have identity. Batman does, but Keaton's Batman doesn't really have that much of identity. But he's given much more to do in this movie. He starts, forming some sort of identity and personality in this one. It has a better love story with Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman, also known as Selina Kyle, as her secret identity. Yeah, she falls in love for Batman after she gets rescued by him and goes head over heels over him, and he's just like, he just takes off. Doesn't say a thing, but remembers her from earlier as Bruce Wayne persona. After he has a chat with Christopher Walken character who is trying to build a power plant that will basically drain Gotham's power source instead of feeding, instead of giving it power to Gotham. It's going to drain power. What's the power plan? And he's trying to keep everything all hush hush that he's going to screw everybody in Gotham City. So yeah, he's a villain. So is the Penguin. And the Penguin kidnaps him after forming a distraction to lure him into a trap and into the sewers, where he wakes up and gains conscious and sees the Penguin and his merry men followers, his family that is called the Red Triangle Gang, and he runs it. So, which is a bunch of circus freaks, literally. And he was raised by penguins and has become bitter and hate children. The first, okay, I'm sorry, I was falling off the rails about this. Okay, so we find out that he stealed Max. Christopher Walken got Max, in order to basically find out who his real name is and his parents and his heritages, and also so he becomes an actual citizen of Gotham and makes his debut among the people of Gotham City. And he does this with blackmail of all the illegal crimes and murder that Max has committed over the course of his years in his days as I'm not really sure I remember what his job is. Whoops. Oh well. It's not relevant to the plot of the movie, don't worry. But Selina Kyle and getting pushed out the window by Max and trying to get murdered only to get resurrected by cats nibbling and licking her and breathing on her corpse brings her back to life, and she now has the powers of a cat and the athletic of one, and she has 9 lives. Why? do I know this? Because the movie tells us and has Michelle Pfeiffer explain this to us in the third act, all in the third act while the shit is happening. Let that sink in of what Burton has done. He marked the ground, which will be the foundation origin story of Halle Berry's Catwoman movie from 2005 that comes out many decades later after this movie came out in 1992. Or it was 2004 when Halle Berry Catwoman came out. I can't remember one of those years. Yeah. What do you think of that, Dad? Funny, huh? Yeah, what do you think about that? Oh, yeah. So, of course, that works, and she goes back to her apartment, gets a complete amnesia, and then has a mental breakdown, starts destroying her own apartment and her dolls and blah, blah, blah. Goes all Frankenstein wife and screaming, and then she just starts making a costume out of leather and she made the Catwoman costume, and it's pretty sexy looking. Not gonna lie, I like it. But that's the only reason why I like it. Same reason why I only like Halle Berry's Catwoman costume. So, yeah, I think Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman costume has tighter leather than Halle Berry's or any other Catwoman costume. And I think that's why I think this. It might be one why many people consider this is the best Catwoman live action Catwoman portrayal and best Catwoman costume. Because it just makes audiences aroused. And just turns us on, and we can just, call it feminism just because it gives us fantasies come true. Right? Something like that? I was asking you, that's why you nod, right? Okay. So yeah, she's also entertaining. Her and Bruce are cute in the movie. Make a cute couple more than cuter than Vicky Vale and Bruce from the first one. And in fact, there actually is a few nods of Vicky Vale, at least twice in the movie. One gets name dropped and explains why it didn't work out. Oh, his relation with Vicky Vale to Selena Kyle on their first date together, right before they get a little bow chicka wow wow and have to start fucking. Only to stop because they realized why. When they were fighting as Catwoman and Batman, they injured themselves really badly that they might not have injuries that they can explain to normal citizens, but since they don't know who they are, lie. They do that kind of thing. That kind of thing, well, it's the same thing that the Monsters did and many other sitcoms did, except when it's like, you're falling in love with the person you fall in love with being the same person. It's the same thing. It's the trouble when you fall in love with two people. When it's basically what I'm trying to say is, that monster episode, the show The Monsters, where Herman Monster and Mrs. Herman Monster are flirting with each other and don't know that they are working those jobs and flirting with each other, them hitting on each other, even though they don't know who they are. Only to get really late to reveal the big shock of conclusions that, wait, they're flirting with each other when they're seeing someone else. Is each other. Well, that's what Batman Returns is guilty for bringing that plot along. Except that means the Penguin's the third wheel. Because he is also trying to get into Catwoman's pants and in bed with her. Just like Batman. But that's okay. Catwoman's trying to do the same thing to both of them. By sending them signals and hitting on them. And this is a filthy movie. This is raunchy as fuck. It's more, I don't know which is raunchier. The Kevin Conroy Batman movie was what we call Batman and Harley Quinn, or Batman Returns. But I don't know. Maybe that's because I don't know. It's just kind of weird, like how like Penguin refers to Catwoman as the pussy he's been looking for. Is what his first words are to directly to Catwoman when he sees her in person for the second time in his room. On his bed, laying down, very sexy looking and smiling. And she says, killing Batman makes me feel dirty. The thought of killing Batman makes me feel dirty? Really? And, Penguin's taking this as she wants, that she wants it from him. But, apparently we were wrong because Penguin decides to try killing her with an umbrella. And, because, you know, he got heartbroken by the bitch whore, Catwoman, basically. So she had to go down. But she survived, somehow. Because she, as she says it, has 9 lives. And guess what? She survived from the drop from the propeller umbrella that Penguin hooked onto her to fly her in the space, in the air. Once she breaks her grip, she falls through glass, surrounded by flower. Yeah, it's a flower shop. It looks like some sort of flower shop, some sort of garden. Basically, I think it's a garden, into a garden, basically. Where, yeah, she fell for one of those ones, and she just screams at for some reason, I don't know, and it shatters the glass more. And oh, when she's sitting on Batman, she stabs him. Twice in the movie she does this. Under the mistletoe, when they're about to kiss. I mean, when they're about to have sex after the kiss, but she just really gives him a cat kiss, like lick him. His face. And Batman seems to like it, so, and then stabs him with her cat nails, and, yeah, the early was when she tried, killing him, and he tried saving her, and she got saved by kitty litter. A truck of kitty litter. And she's Catwoman. Cat puns. There's many of them, of these. Like those. As subtle as that. They're not subtle. But they're funny. And I thought it was kind of stupid how Batman fell for the act that Catwoman was putting on her show. This after he fought back against her, and he See, this like uses the whole woman card. I'm a woman card. How could you hit me card? And then he falls for it. And he almost gets killed, and yeah, Mike Keaton's Batman's kind of gullible in these movies, I think, or incompetent at times. But he's more competent in this one than the first one, that's for sure. And has gotten more creative with his lethal heroic acts. Lethal, get it? Because he kills. I'm funny. This version of Batman, not the comic book version, I'm going to have to hammer that home, because until people can accept that fact that comic book Batman does not kill in the main canon normally, I'm going to be a pain in the ass. Until they go extinct. Yeah. So, anyway, Penguin dies anticlimactically. He thinks when he's going to get the drop of Batman. Batman gets the drop of penguins. Penguins, exploding penguins, attached to rockets to their backs and explode. And he bleeds out, and the penguins memorialize him and mourn him. His family of penguins bury him in the water, in the sewer, where they found him. That day, his parents dropped him in the sewer on purpose to get rid of him because they're idiots. It looks like a penguin. So, yeah, so, he pretty much killed more than half of his relatives, his family members, when you think about it. He killed majority of his family members and was completely enjoying it. He just didn't like that he lost. And kind of sick when you think about it. I messed up. Oh, and Catwoman fakes her death after killing Max. Was a deadly kiss and electrocuting him and herself. Only she really does have 9 lives, and she says she has 2 less, and she'll save them for the last one for next Christmas. She says, and she's not crazy, because we see her at the end. This when all hope seems lost and everyone seems to be dead except for Batman and Alfred, and Batman's good name has been tarnished by failing to save the Ice Queen getting murdered. But hey, he's going to get late. That's a good message to take from the movie. Batman will get late by Catwoman, and they can still fuck or do whatever they do. As a couple, it's like, so in a way, it's kind of this is a weird movie. I mean, it's so bizarre. You wonder how much drugs that Burton took when he made this movie and made it and finished it. And I gotta tell you something, I want to get the toys to these movies. The Burton ones. These toys have got to be the shit, I gotta say. The ones that look... This is character design in the movie, okay? Because, I'm sorry, but and I always wanted to drive the rubber ducky that Penguin has. That can float on water and can run on land. I always wanted to have something like that to drive around in the water while on land. It just looks like fun. And that's why I love Batman Returns. I give it a 10 out of 10. Subscribe, like this video. Goodbye.